Everyday life's happening. Some days are more eventful. Others, living protected with insurance you can depend on changes your life for the better. We insure the people and things you care about. Not Agency. We'll help you find the right coverage so when life happens, you have the right insurance protection for your family and business. When life happens, live protected. Agency for all your insurance needs.
Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Tuesday, March the 6th. Pleasure always to have you with us. We have Jennifer Snawder with us from the Central Missouri Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics.
Yes.
Good to have you here, Jennifer.
Thank you for having me.
March is National Nutrition Month, right?
Yes, National Nutrition Month.
So you've got a lot of good information for us.
Absolutely. So National Nutrition Month is really just a time to focus on nutrition education and also focus on registered dietitians, which are the nutrition experts.
What is the biggest mistake that we make as far as our diet and nutrition?
Mistake. Well, I'm not really sure I can pinpoint a mistake, but I think it's really important to focus on just getting a variety and also fresh foods.
Mm-hmm. A variety of food. You can eat almost anything you want as long as you have a variety in your diet, correct?
Right, but also we want lots of color, and we want to focus on going further with food, which is the theme of the National Nutrition Month.
So how do you go further with food?
Yeah, it could either be making sure that you eat breakfast or packing food with you, running around doing errands or activities.
Yeah. Is it true that breakfast is the most important meal of the day?
I think it is important to eat breakfast if you can make it work, as far as just making sure you get a protein source or getting something in your body so that you have fuel the rest of your day.
Okay, so eating breakfast is not considered eating breakfast, stopping and picking up a donut or two and a cup of coffee, right? That's not breakfast.
I mean, you might feel better if you have balance in your breakfast, so trying to get a variety of nutrition as far as like protein, carbohydrate, and fat.
Yeah,
So
I would now. My typical breakfast is a bowl of cereal,
Mm-hmm.
and I have 4 or 5 different varieties of cereal.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of strawberries on top of that, then a great big fruit bowl every morning.
Okay.
And a glass of orange juice and coffee. Is that considered a good breakfast?
Sure, that can be a good breakfast.
Well, you look like you're not quite sure. See, when I'm sitting there eating this breakfast, I think, my goodness, I'm really being healthy.
Well, you're getting fruit, you're getting cereal, which is a grain, and you're getting milk, which is dairy.
So,
and so
what am I missing from it?
So you're getting some protein as well with the milk. I think that can work for breakfast. You won't get every food in your breakfast, but
Right.
you want to balance. So you want a variety of food groups, which you're getting that. So that's good.
And then at lunchtime, you want to have some protein and some more vegetables.
Sure, yes.
Right?
Yes.
Or a fruit. And then at nighttime, protein, vegetables. What else?
You could get a grain, like a whole grain, like brown rice or quinoa or whole grain bread.
Okay. All right. So you just need to keep that in mind for National Nutrition Month. We're almost out of time. Anything else you wanted to mention?
Well, we do have an event, Which Milk is Right for Me. It's on Thursday, March 22nd from 6 to 7 p.m. And it's in the Friends Room at the library. And our dietetic students will be presenting.
Okay. Which milk is best for me?
Yeah, so there's a variety of different milks out there.
Well, you mean like skim milk, whole milk,
Yeah,
2%?
there's also almond milk and soy milk.
Oh, but soy milk is not a dairy milk, is it?
Well, it has calcium, but it is not a dairy product.
Not from the cow.
Yeah, but you can come to the talk and find out more
about it.
information.
Okay. All right. Well, Jennifer Snawder, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you.
Pleasure having you once again. And
Thank you very much.
If you want more information about eating right during National Nutrition Month or every month of the year, just go to eatright.org and you should be able to get all that information. Okay? Now I turn to Marilyn McLeod, League of Women Voters. Good to have you here, Marilyn.
Thank you for having me.
What have you got for us today?
Well, we have an election coming up, a local election on April 3rd. We're March. Well, we have to prepare a little bit for that election, or it would be a good idea.
What about registration?
Tomorrow, this March 7th, is the last day to register for that election.
So if you're not registered,
Right.
you have until March 7th to
Right.
register
Right.
for the election, which is going to be on April 3rd.
Right.
Okay.
And then you're set, really, for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
But if you want to vote in this one. And at this election, we will sponsor a public forum, which we do before most elections. And on this ballot, there is a Columbia City Council seat available, school board candidates, hospital board candidates, fire board candidates, and a ballot issue for the schools. So there's quite a bit. And we will have this at the library on March 13th, which is next Tuesday, at 6:30, and it will be in the Friends Room, and we'll have refreshments at 6, and we invite the public.
So you'll be covering everything that is on the ballot in Boone County and the city of Columbia.
Right, not in the smaller cities, whatever's city of Columbia, and then what's Boone County, what might be Boone County, like the hospital board.
Right.
There is one other city council seat, which is the 6th ward, but there is only one candidate, so we won't have that on the panel. We'll just have...
So that one candidate's going to win.
Well, she's running unopposed.
One candidate, right.
I guess if there's lots of write-ins. Yeah. But yeah, there was just one candidate. So we don't put that person up there. But the 2nd ward does have 2 candidates.
Yeah.
So we have
then, of course, the big elections coming up in November,
right?
The midterm elections, those are going to be very hotly contested, don't you think?
I believe so. And then we will have primary, actually, in August as well.
Oh, we're going to have a primary.
Primary, right, before the election in November. So it's a busy year, yeah.
Okay, so it is a busy year. Even though this isn't a presidential election year, this is going to be a very important year. Right. And people need to realize our local elections are just as important as the midterm elections and just as important as the presidential election.
Absolutely.
Because it affects our lives directly.
Absolutely.
Is there anything else that you wanted to add about this, Marilyn?
Just the public is invited. And on a personal level, I have to say, these are always very informative. Like you might see ads or find flyers for different candidates, but when you actually hear from the person in a live setting, it's a great way to determine who you might vote for.
So you think when the candidates come in, do you feel that they are getting something out of this? Are they really listening to the constituents? Or do you think it's more that they are trying to promote themselves to the constituents?
I don't know if I want to enter that.
You don't want to answer that question.
I want to answer that question. But my experience has been they're pretty straightforward to the questions. People have an opportunity to ask questions and just hear directly from the candidates. So I think it's pretty valuable.
So you think most people come away satisfied? Candidates and the people?
I hope so. I think to be a candidate is difficult, and I have to give them a lot of respect for running.
All right. So if you want more information, mark it on your calendar. The date is?
March 13th.
March 13th.
At 6:30 at the library.
And you have refreshments. You'll have the world-famous League of Women Voters cookies standing by there. Okay. Thank you very much, Marilyn.
Okay. Thank
for
you.
The League of Women Voters. Tomorrow, we've got Youth Empowerment Zone, and we're going to find out about the KBIA pledge drive for springtime. It's that time again. If there's something you would like to hear or see, I would love to hear from you. Simply drop me an email. That's pepperp@missouri.edu. And have yourself a nice morning. Bye-bye.